Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for attending this meeting, and thank you for giving me a chance to present to you this program, Safe.Am. I'm working in a Media Education Center. This organization since 2007 is dealing with media literacy programs in Armenia, which is dissemination of media awareness. One of our main directions is the security, safety and protection of children online. Today I am going to introduce to you, present to you the international experience of protecting children online from hazards and risks, and the situation in Armenia and the programs that we are going to implement here. Let's start with the approaches and definitions. As long as for adolescents the hazardous content has different definitions in different countries, and the approaches are quite different in different countries. However, the internet risks could be classified in the following groups. Say hazardous for adolescents or undesirable content, including like adult content that is, well, stipulated for adults, materials and communication around these materials, encouragement of hatred, xenophobia, racism. The next group could be in general terms characterized as, say, misuse of private data or personal data. The other group of risks is pornography, children pornography, and also sexual harassment of children, naturally, and other types of misuses of the kind. If we were to consider what kind of measures are taken in different countries, all of these measures could be seen in three dimensions: technical, educational and informational, raising awareness, that is to say, and also legal. And these three dimensions they have different role players, including state, non-governmental organizations, the special organizations, private educational institutions that are also could be considered as participation of the state, and simply parents and citizens, for individuals. What actions are being implemented in general terms in order to, say, overcome or these challenges and to make the environment more safe for children? Firstly, there are being created specially stipulated for children special educational raising awareness platforms with creative and educational content, and these platforms, these internet space helps children to be involved in positive online activity. That is to say, possibility is created for children to be engaged accordingly to the needs and qualifications of their age. The second type of measures are devoted to raising awareness and empowering, devoted to media literacy, internet literacy, raising, kind of directing. There are even countries where in all schools they have special courses, subjects that are to be taught in all secondary schools, like they have special lessons on media awareness and information awareness. The fourth type of activities is developing corresponding tools and rules, codes of behavior. That is to say, they are creating age-relevant personal platforms with the protection of private or personal data for children, or maybe they also use more widely parental control programs, and the providers themselves classify the online resources according to age, and this group, Tools and Rules, this deals with the technical dimension where this kind of measures are being implemented. Information providing or internet service providing companies, they are voluntarily adopting certain behavioral codes, and according to those behavioral codes, through cooperating with each other, they try, I'm repeating it, they try to create, firstly, for example, like to bring to raise the awareness of the parents for the availability of parental control programs. They are suggesting, or they are making classification of the online content according to the age, which would make give some navigation or orientation possibilities for the users to understand which is relevant, which is proper, which is not for certain ages, and are creating corresponding private, personal platforms. And the final point is the legislation, the laws that would allow to fight against sexual harassment, against grooming, against all types of unlikely, undesirable activities in the internet that would create hazard for children. So you see that the implementation part all goes to the law enforcing entities. There are countries where all these things are exclusively implemented by non-governmental organizations or the internet industry itself through cooperation and collaboration, and there are countries where state has equal participation in the implementation of all of these measures and activities. I shall bring a couple of examples now. The European Union member states countries, the protection of children is considered to be a priority, and the very first initiative started in 1999. It was called Safer Internet. In the framework of that program, they created a network of Safe and Raising Awareness Network, which is now acting in 28 countries of Europe, Norway, Iceland, Serbia and Russia. And Safe Network annually organizes Safer Internet Day. They are performing, they are organizing and accomplishing wide-scale safety-raising programs. And they have four main elements, as I said: the awareness centers, the psychological connection, the hotline, and the youth platform. By the way, Armenia, in the face of the Safer Internet program, is cooperating with this program in Safe already for 6th or 7th year, and this year we, together with them, in a sense, celebrated the Safe Network Day, all global day. And the other program is the hotline provided and supported by InHope network. From 45 countries are participating in this hotline network, around 51 hotlines, it is including not only Europe but USA, Australia, Canada, Japan, and we have started to negotiate with this network as well for our participation in it. How does this hotline work? Each hotline, with the support of volunteers, collects addresses of websites with illegal content. Well, naturally, each of the hotlines acts in accordance with the legislation of their own countries. It means that from country to country, the illegal content can be different. Well, all countries have special laws that are for protection of children from sexual harassment, sexual abuse and child pornography. Everywhere this is considered to be illegal content, and with the help of volunteers, it is very interestingly stated here. You see in this chain, it shows that from the very moment when the volunteer reports, whistleblowers, that there has been such a case, gives the information till it reaches the law enforcing body and till the site is being banned. And very interesting statistics in European country, from citizen to law enforcing body. This chain takes 1 day, 24 hours, all in all. So, from citizen to the site, banning of the site, it takes 72 hours in Europe and 3 days all over the world. So we see how indeed productive is this chain, this organizational method. The hotlines, there are hotlines here because each of them acts according to the legislation of their own country, which are also whistleblowing about cases of xenophobia, racism, intolerance, hate speech, which are encouraging this kind of illegal and undesirable activities. They give information about this. The other initiative, all European initiative, is the European INEXO network for child safety online, as you heard. This network is dealing with children's rights and the protection of children's rights. This is a network of this kind of civic organizations, NGOs, which are dealing with, in a sense, they are developing the policy. Since 2011, Safer Internet Armenian program in the face of Media Education Center is participating in this alliance, and we are exchanging with them experience. And although this is a program for European Union countries, but for the member state countries, also Russia, Ukraine and Armenia are participating, and Turkey, by the way, are participating in this network. Another important matter I'd like to mention, that there is an interesting trend in Western countries that this sphere, children safety, children protection, is considered to be a field where it is necessary, it is mandatory to cooperate instead of competition. That is to say, organizations in 2011 in Europe, around 30 information industry sector organizations decided to join into an alliance to make the internet safer. And well, it started a lot of omnidirectional collaboration, exchange of experience and different good things. The next program, since 2004 October, in the United States, October was recognized as the month of national cyber security. And since 2010, this campaign started, which is titled Stop, Think, Connect, with the support of the US government. And the work was led by the National Cyber Security Alliance and Anti-Phishing Working Group fighting against cyber crimes. These organizations. This campaign has been spread, has acquired great, vast popularity, not only in the United States, but also all over the world. And I want to say that Armenia has joined this campaign, and Safer Internet Armenia program has started cooperating with this alliance as well since 2013, and this year we are going to present in Armenian language the security messages developed by National Cyber Security Alliance. Keep your computer clean, be vigilant, be wise, be polite, internet citizen, and a whole range of other very, very good and promising messages. As long as we have guests from Russia, I'd like also to speak about how they solve the problems of children's security in Russia. Since 2022, Russia is holding this initiative called Safe.Am which is taking place in January. In Russia, they are Safer Internet Center. In Russia, they call it the Center of Safe Internet in Russia, which is also has quite membership in the other networks I spoke about. Here, I would like to say that the Russian Safe Internet Center is collecting information not only of child misuse, abuse in internet, but also about nationalism, racism, say propaganda of terrorism, dissemination of drugs or some religious sect propaganda. And in Russia, they have also created a unified list of things, of sites that should be banned, are illegal, and it is being watched very thoroughly, and there are punitive measures. There is an organization titled Roskomnadzor, which is making decisions on banning this or that site, and this decision is made on the basis of complaints or whistleblowers of citizens. Now, about our programs in Armenia. I want to repeat that Safer Internet Armenia program started, the preliminary preparation work started in 2008, completely by the initiative and done by volunteers, by the way. This initiative started by volunteers. And in 2009, in schools, we started a range of workshops, Safer Internet in schools, with the support of the organization Local Office of Microsoft. In 2010, we created the Safer Internet Council, which was joined by ISOC, the National Center of Educational Technologies, and such international organizations like World Vision, the Armenian Fund of Relief. In 2010, this platform, Safe.Am, was put into exploitation, and indeed Armenian language and Armenian script materials were created. A library was provided. We translated into Armenian language and published the collection of books of materials for Safe Internet, and this work was done by with the support and help of World Vision, with Media Education Center, and we had campaigns on public awareness raising, and at the same time lessons were provided in secondary schools from February till May. In 2011, we published and disseminated the European Council Internet Literacy Manual in Armenian language. In 2012, a very important year it was for us, the 2012. Our program was joined by Orange Telecom company, and our work was empowered in a sense, and in February 2012, Safe.Am site in Armenian internet domain had registered in February the maximum number, the biggest number of attendances, visits, and actually our site under the title of Education and Science was the most visited one, and around 800 schools joined this campaign, which was kind of something quite unprecedented, and till today we are surprised and nicely surprised with this activity. A lot of open lessons were delivered, provided in the course of 2013 and 2014. In 2013, we published in Armenian language the Manual of Diplo Foundation of Internet Management, its second and third editions. Then in 2014, we had 7 delegates, 2 school children, 2 high school students, 2 students and they participated in these forums of safety in Singapore and in Beijing. And in 2013, there was a lot of other activity in joining this in safety program, and something else very important happened for us. That Safe.Am site was recognized as one of the best 20 sites, and we became candidates for the prize in the say public awareness and social activity among 140 other sites that were presented for the competition. Thank you very much, and I would be more than happy to answer to your questions if you have any. Մարետա Դավթյան, միկրոֆոնին մոտիկ խնդրում եմ, հա։ Միացնել է պետք միկրոֆոնը, այն միացրած չի։ Այդ միկրոֆոնը միացրած չի այդ միկրոֆոնը։ Այդ միացրը։ Okay, thank you very much. Misak Mezarens, number 146 secondary school, the director of the school and teacher of physics and informatics, member of Media Education Board. I want to say that I'm really very happy for the organization of this forum, Armenian Internet Governance Forum, and I'm glad to be here, and I want to express my gratitude that also educational representatives have participated at this forum, because this is very, very important for me, and I can't overestimate the importance of the cooperation of Media Education Center with educational industry. And I want to express my deep gratitude and to say that in our contemporary world it is very, very important to take care of children's safety, and not only safety, in the face of children, also security and safety of parents, which are sometimes less aware than their children about these risks and hazards. And these initiatives of Media Center are really encouraging the representatives of educational sector to be involved in more creative work. I want this to be continued. And my question is to Mrs. Narine Khachatryan. What kind of new programs are there? I want to be aware, and whether this initiative is going to be continued. Thank you very much for the question. By all means, firstly, we are going to continue Safer Internet program, and this year, as I said, we are going to present to the attention of the public new messages, and we'll disseminate them in schools. We have already cooperation with one of the biggest companies of United States, which is dealing with cyber activity issues. You will see that more clear-cut and global messages will be presented. Well, we can only say thank you.